Alright, first up now, let's take a look at the key events around the world in the coming week. There are a lot of crucial economic data on the horizon. Take a look at this next report to know more.
The Bank of Japan's interest rate meeting on Thursday is a highlight for next week. The BOJ is set to remain on pause and leave the policy rate unchanged. The central bank is expected to reiterate its core message that if the economy develops in line with forecasts, it will continue to normalize monetary policies in the U.S. One could be forgiven for questioning why the Fed cut rates by 0.5% in September given the backdrop of 3% growth, low unemployment, equity markets at all-time highs, and inflation still above 2%, and why the market expects the Fed to cut rates down to 3%. Those questions could intensify over the coming week. The weather will also play a part, with the hurricanes in the southeast impacting walkers' ability to get to their place of employment. Likewise, the strikes at Boeing will weigh on the payroll number, with likely knock-on effects on suppliers in the UK. It's all about the budget on Wednesday. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has little choice but to increase day-to-day government spending. That inevitably means higher taxes, potentially centered on employers. Higher investment is coming too. However, markets expect this boost to be more modest. The reason: the Treasury seeks to avoid steep increase in borrowing that might unsettle markets. Business Bureau WION World is 1.
Alright, for more, now let me begin by asking you, sir, what is your outlook for global markets in this week ahead?
The global markets are expected to be volatile, with probably a downward bias ahead of the U.S. elections on November 5th, since both Mr. Trump and Kamala Harris are going neck and neck. The fresh news bites on any swing I think will affect the markets. Now, China I think would be one of the bright spots, is expected to continue to show gains, expecting further government stops and stimulus. And also the earnings are expected to show an uptake, so overall China should be doing better. But Indian markets clearly I think are in a downtrend, with a certain amount of panic among the retail investors who have been supporting the markets for the last 2 to 3 years, because Q2 earnings have been weak. The growth seems to be slowing down, and the macro numbers, whether it's industrial production, PMI, automotive sales, GST data, all these are indicating a slowdown. So after stupendous 3 to 4 year rally, I think we seem to be heading towards the bear phase.
Right, that being said, what is according to you the top risk or event that markets need to keep an eye on in the coming week?
Like I said, I think the biggest event right now is the American presidential election, although it's on November 5th, the week after. But all the major activities pertaining to this will be happening in the coming week, and I think that will have a bearing on the markets and you, because they're both running neck and neck. In case of any swing, I think that will have a major effect on the markets. The other one, which just talked about Bank of Japan's rate decision, I think that's crucial, expected to be status quo, but in case of a surprise increase, I think that will trigger a yen carry trade sell off. I think the other major risk, which is we watched out for, clearly, is the geopolitical issue after the Israel strike on Iran. We need to see as to how Iran reacts, because oil prices have bounced back, gold prices are at all-time high. So any sort of adverse development on the geopolitical map, I think that's the biggest risk for the market right now. Thanks for watching this video.